Stereotypes about Americans persist globally, reflecting a mix of both positive and negative perceptions. In 2024, these stereotypes continue to shape how the world views the United States and its citizens, often influenced by media portrayals, cultural exchanges, and personal experiences. Many negative stereotypes about Americans remain prevalent: entitlement and arrogance. Americans are often viewed as entitled and arrogant, with a belief that they are superior to others. This stereotype is fueled by the perception of American exceptionalism and the country's global economic power, ignorance of world cultures. There is a common belief that Americans are ignorant about global cultures and geography, often reflected in their lack of foreign language skills and limited international travel. Work obsession. Americans are frequently seen as overly obsessed with work, often working long hours without guaranteed vacation time. This perception is supported by statistics showing that Americans work more hours on average than many other developed nations. Gun culture. The stereotype of Americans being gun-obsessed persists, with many believing that gun violence is a universal aspect of American life, despite the fact that experiences can vary widely across different regions. Conversely, some positive stereotypes also exist: generosity and charitable nature. Americans are often viewed as generous, with a strong inclination to donate to charitable causes and volunteer. This perception is supported by studies indicating high levels of charitable giving in the U.S. Optimism and hard work. The American spirit is frequently characterized by optimism and a strong work ethic. Many see Americans as driven individuals who strive for success and personal achievement, embodying the American dream. Friendliness. Many non-Americans report that they find Americans to be friendly and welcoming, often surprised by the hospitality they encounter. Cultural nuances often complicate these stereotypes. For instance, while some believe that all Americans are wealthy, many Americans face significant economic challenges. The stereotype that Americans are lazy is countered by the reality of systemic issues that compel many to work long hours. Additionally, the diversity of the United States means that experiences can vary greatly depending on region, ethnicity, and socioeconomic status. This diversity challenges the notion of a monolithic American identity and highlights the importance of understanding the complexities of American culture. Global perspectives on American stereotypes. Stereotypes of Americans vary significantly across different countries, influenced by cultural perceptions, historical relationships, and media portrayals. Here's an overview of how these stereotypes manifest in various regions around the world. North America. Canada. Canadians often view Americans as loud, overly patriotic, and somewhat ignorant of the world outside their borders. However, there is also an appreciation for American culture, including music and entertainment. Europe. United Kingdom. In the UK, Americans are stereotyped as being overly friendly and informal, often perceived as lacking subtlety. There's a mix of admiration for American innovation and criticism of perceived arrogance and materialism. France. The French stereotype. Americans as culturally ignorant and overly enthusiastic, particularly in their interactions. The ugly American trope is common, suggesting a lack of awareness of local customs and etiquette. Germans often view Americans as overly casual and direct, sometimes interpreting this as a lack of seriousness. However, they also recognize the American emphasis on individualism and entrepreneurship. Japan. Japanese stereotypes of Americans include being loud and overly casual, but there is also a fascination with American culture, particularly in fashion and entertainment. Americans are often seen as friendly but lacking in cultural sensitivity. China. In China, Americans are often viewed as wealthy and carefree, with a stereotype of being overly individualistic. However, there is also a level of admiration for American technological advancements and business practices. Turkey. Turkish views of Americans are generally negative, often associating them with arrogance and imperialism. This perception is influenced by historical political tensions and media portrayals. Iran. In Iran, Americans are often viewed through a lens of suspicion and hostility, largely due to political conflicts. Stereotypes include perceptions of Americans as self-serving and culturally ignorant. Latin America. Brazil. Brazilians may view Americans as friendly and open, but also as materialistic and disconnected from global issues. The American lifestyle is often admired, particularly in urban areas. Mexico. In Mexico, Americans are sometimes seen as loud and overly simplistic in their understanding of complex social issues. However, there is also a strong cultural exchange, particularly in music and food. Sub-Saharan Africa. South Africa. South Africans often view Americans as generous and optimistic, yet they also recognize stereotypes of Americans being uninformed about global issues. The American influence in media and culture is generally positive, despite some negative perceptions. Overall, American stereotypes are complex and multifaceted with both positive and negative elements. They vary widely depending on the country and are shaped by cultural exchanges, historical contexts, and media representations. In 2024, while many stereotypes persist, there is a growing recognition of the diversity within American society, which challenges monolithic views. Understanding these nuances is crucial for fostering better international relations and cultural appreciation. Now we want to hear from you. What's the most surprising stereotype you've heard about Americans? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into global perceptions, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Zenzi Facts for more fascinating insights into cultural dynamics and international relations. By subscribing, you won't miss out on our future videos that break down complex topics and bring you closer to the world's diverse perspectives. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.